Thunder Grunt.
'Cause there's thunder in your heart. Every move is like lightning. It's the power you feel when you get your taste of glory. There's a fire gonna start, and you know they're going under. You can hate the dark when they hear your heart of thunder.
Whoa, welcome to a Mound of Thunder. Another one.
Yes.
Oh, I'm their host, Bob Rose, and with me, as usual, is Huey Hessen.
Hi.
He's from Thunder Grunt. He's from Madcast.
Madcast and an Elbs alum.
You're an Albs alum, and you've been on a lot of other shows. Good congratulations.
Thanks.
John Bennett from Experts in Nothing.
That's right, Expert of Nothing, available on thundergrunt.com.
Thundergrunt.com. I think that it's in the title. And Rex Anderson from Thunder Grunt. And meanwhile, at the Skull Base.
I'm from there.
You're from that. That's where
Yeah.
you live. You live
I
in a
live at
website.
Thundergrunt.
You live in a website.
Yeah. Thundergrunt America.
Anyway, guys, so we all had the chance to see Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to ask all of you I want to go around the table, and I want you all to give me a short answer
Okay.
on what you think about two subjects. One, Zack Snyder as a filmmaker,
Okay.
and two, what you thought of Man of Steel.
Okay.
Okay, and if you could probably answer both kind of in the same question, but I don't want to hear how everyone disagrees with each other. I want to go around
Yep.
the table,
Yep.
and I want us all to honestly say what we feel about it.
What was his second question?
It's Zack Snyder, Man of Steel. I want your
Okay,
opinion, so everyone knows where we're coming from
We're coming from? Okay.
on that.
All right.
Okay, so Huey.
When we started.
Yes, I want you to
Okay.
start out. How do you
All right.
feel?
I used to love Zack Snyder. I mean, his Dawn of the Dead was amazing. I really liked it a lot. I liked The Watchmen. 300 was cool at the time. Doesn't really age all that well, but he had a pretty decent streak going, and then it all just completely fell to shit. And now he's become this, just a terrible filmmaker that I can't stand.
They gave him too much power.
They did, and he's not a good,
They gave him the keys to the kingdom. No pun intended on the DC stuff.
Oh snap! And So I mean, and for Man of Steel, I think that prior to this was sort of like the pinnacle of that, where he just sort of made everything just so bleak, and he didn't understand what Superman means to people or why he is popular. I don't think he's just So I didn't like that movie. I mean, it was miles better than the movie that we watched, but sorry, I broke protocol 3.
That's okay. It's okay. John?
Okay, Zack Snyder is the world's greatest motion storyboard editor ever.
That's fair.
The man has never created a visual of his own. He's always stolen from other things. And every time he makes a decision, it is so goddamn obvious or retarded that it is pretty much the work of someone who is completely out of their own mind, thinking that they're special. This is a Kanye West-esque fucking ego of thinking that he's doing something at all original with what he's doing. He pieces together things and then he feels special about it, which is why he likes Anne Ryan like a 13-year-old girl.
Okay. Rex?
On Man of Steel suck balls.
Okay, Man of Steel suck balls. Rex?
I don't. I liked 300 when it came out. I liked Dawn of the Dead. That was fine. He makes neat looking visuals. He can't tell a story to save his goddamn life. He never has. He apparently never will. I mean, I don't know how much longer his career is. I wouldn't give him Justice League Part 1 and 2 after this. But, it's going to make its money, and he'll do it anyway. And we'll have to suffer through that shit. But, I don't know.
Man of Steel?
Man of Steel, I don't remember most of it. Honestly. I swear to God, it felt like about 20 hours long. And it's like, I don't know. I couldn't believe somebody made a movie that was it was longer and had less content than Superman Returns.
Okay.
It was a huge disappointment. And I don't even like Superman that much.
I know you don't. Yeah, you don't. I should have probably asked that too, but
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, I kind of feel probably similar to Huey. I like See, I think saying Dawn of the Dead.
Well, I was
though,
gonna say,
feel
'cause
like
it's
that's
James
James
Gunn.
Gunn.
Yeah.
He wrote that
Yeah.
script. You know what I mean? Honestly, I like the sequel to 300 way more than 300. I know that's weird. Like I saw the sequel.
That is not weird at all.
No, but I think the sequel is a way better character piece and it's way more fun and
Yeah.
it's this sidequel to the movie and it's a way better movie. Like 300 is boring in comparison to yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I saw it 3 times. I think I thought it was awesome.
Listen.
Eva Green is awesome in that movie.
Huh.
She's way better than Gerard Butler. Hold on, I'm not
Oh
done.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Man of Steel. As my super fandom of Superman has, I hate Man of Steel. I loathe it. I think it's a propaganda film that Lex Luthor would pay to make so people would hate Superman.
Man, yeah.
Now, where I differ from you guys is that I truly think, with the exception maybe of the tornado death, that the movie, if it had no source material and it was just a sci-fi movie, I wouldn't hate it. I could watch it. I think it's actually kind of cool looking. It is a slog. It could be edited down.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the mess that we're about to talk about in any way,
I mean,
shape, or form.
the
It at least
Krypton-
makes fucking sense.
The stuff on Krypton was kind of cool.
Well,
Like
it's a sci-fi movie. at
yeah,
that point.
yeah. So
it's a
yeah.
sci-fi movie. It's just I wish it wasn't a Superman movie.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
like I have this love-hate relationship with it, sort of type of thing, because it's also the first time I ever got to. I think we ever got to see live-action Superman. Kryptonians do what they can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we finally got to see that live action. It just had to be in a fucking
Sure.
misguided horse shit like that, you know.
Now we get to see him just pick and choose when he gets to do that. It's
All
great.
right. So at least that kind of like I just wanted to frame the audience
Yeah.
on what we're speaking from here, because we all could just bash Zack Snyder. That's the popular thing to fucking
Wow.
do right now. The guy looks like he's half dead. By
Oh
the
my
way.
god!
Oh, man.
I just
Yeah.
read that it looks like he's gone through a 2-term presidency.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
terrible.
I'm sure this was stressful as hell.
No, him and Joss
came
Whedon
down to
probably
the
have a
wire,
lot
I'm
to talk
sure.
about right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like making these movies is not something a human being should be in charge of. Probably,
I don't know.
like it's just terrible.
It's
that's why
like
they gave it-
it's like the
that's why they
Jaeger
gave it-
program. You need 2 people to share the mental load.
Okay,
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely. That's why they got the Russo
That's
brothers.
right.
man.
right. So
They're
I want to start this out.
compatible.
Did you get the Wachowskis for
Wachowskis.
DC?
They would just go. No, they would subvert it intentionally.
Oh my god.
They would do a total Jupiter Ascending on it and
Oh,
be like,
man.
"What the fuck?"
Can you
Superman would be
imagine?
half like Muppet. It'd be weird as shit.
Can you imagine what
Dog
they would
people
do
running
with
around.
it?
Yeah, right.
Just with the Kryptonian stuff?
Oh man, it'd be
My God.
insane. It'd be a sight though. It would be a sight to fucking see.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I want to start this out. I'm gonna just spoil it for the audience right now. We all did not like the movie. I think that's
No.
pretty
Mhm.
clear from all of us and how we talked after the movie was over. But I want
didn't talk.
Huey, because John Bennett does not know something about this movie that we all just found out.
What are you talking about?
Huey's gonna drop this bomb on you.
What?
So-
Really?
I want him
So
to do
good.
it at the open. Everyone that is listening to this podcast, just listen to what Huey says.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot.
have not heard this
Well,
yet.
first go see Batman v Superman.
yeah.
Go see.
That-
This is gonna be
Listen to what Huey says.
a warning for everyone. We are going to spoil the shit out of this movie.
Every single possible
Oh, man.
spoiler is
Couple
going to be
times.
spoiled right
Yeah.
here.
our,
Yeah.
our official review from all of us is thumbs down.
7 thumbs
Way down.
Down,
All
down,
7
down.
of
That's
them.
the spoiler-free review. If you hate Batman, if you hate Superman, and if you love hating Zack Snyder, go see this movie.
I wish I had monkey toes so I could make monkey toe thumb downs.
Yeah.
That's how
Okay,
bad it is.
Official review over. Now we are in spoiler territory.
Territory.
This is complete
For the
spoiler.
foreseeable
Okay.
future.
Yes.
Tell me the
So
thing
the
that you
entire
guys
rest of the time is spoilers.
tell
So,
me the thing you guys told me.
Did you know
is a
that Jimmy
secret.
Olsen is in this movie?
No.
Now,
He's
Now,
in the
Jenny-
credits. I
he's-
noticed his name in the credits. And I
Jenny-
was like, gee,
Okay.
I
Jenny
wonder where he
Olsen is in Man of Steel. She's
Yes.
a character. We thought that Jimmy Olsen was simply gender swapped. That's fine, whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
No, okay, now remember in the very beginning when they're in Africa, and that guy, they take his camera and they like smash it, and they find that transceiver, and he's like, "No, I was working for the CIA, Lois," and they shoot him straight in the face. That's Jimmy Olsen.
What the fuck? No! They didn't do that!
He dies
Yep.
They shot him in the face!
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here!
Dude, that's
Man,
totally what
and
it
you know
is.
what? I didn't even think about that.
Oh!
He's not a photographer. He's a CIA agent.
Oh my god!
He isn't even 1% Jimmy Olsen from the comics. And then they kill him.
Immediately.
Dude, it's like I said when he found
No,
us
no,
out.
no, no, no,
Listen
no,
to this.
no.
You watched a movie.
Tell me that was a cover name. Tell me that was a cover name. No! No!
First casualty. First casualty of the film.
My God!
First person.
Not even close to the last.
Listen. You watch the movie in which here's the spoiler. You watch the movie which started out with Jimmy Olsen getting shot in the face, and then Superman being framed for Jimmy Olsen's murder with a gun.
He shot.
super gun.
The world was trying to frame him for shooting Jimmy Olsen.
Not just Jimmy Olsen.
and a bunch of people with guns.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, were those bullets supposed to be Superman fists? Like, how was that
The
supposed
tiny
to
little
be?
bullet shaped, like
So,
you
yeah,
know,
if you
pinky,
don't know,
just
the movie-
struggled through everybody. And left a little piece of
It had
metal
a
inside their
fucking-
bodies.
It just had a fingerprint of Superman. He just poked everybody in the
I mean, he could
face.
do that.
He could,
but-
yeah.
Because it's not like the guns are on the scene or anything. They can't just match the bullets to them. They have to frame Superman.
Yeah, no.
Because nobody goes
God.
to Africa to prove anything.
It's amazing that's a fact no one's ever gonna know, but it's a signifier for literally everything wrong. Like that is a perfect fucking symptom of the problem of it.
God damn.
Put Jimmy Olsen in it and shoot him
In
in
the
the
face.
head within 2 minutes.
He
Don't
has,
even say his name first.
he has like 2 lines of dialogue and he
Yeah.
dies.
Superman's
to be
best
fair-
pal.
To be fair. I mean, that means he has about half as many lines as pretty much everybody
Yeah,
else in
that's
this
true,
movie,
that's
except
true.
for Perry
Yeah.
White.
Oh my God! Nobody speaks in this
Nobody.
movie. We're
Hours.
assuming at this point you've seen the
Hours
movie
of
because this is
nothing.
not going to make. We're just going to go.
Oh,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
actually, Perry White talks incessantly,
Oh.
but says nothing.
To nobody. Apparently about nothing.
It's him wandering around the office. Is anyone here? Is anyone listening? I was Morpheus. I was in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Come on. It doesn't say anything. The two leads in this movie don't speak.
They don't,
They don't
talk to each other.
at all.
They don't speak. How do you make
This-
a Batman and Superman
Their
movie?
intentions toward each other are driven by dreams and assumptions.
Yeah.
What you just said isn't even a lie. It's just
No.
true.
100%
It's
accurate.
accurate. Batman wanted to kill a being that was on Earth that lived in a city less than a mile from
Apparently.
him without ever having a conversation with him.
Dude.
Batman. He was so easily led into being a homicidal maniac to kill somebody who was saving people.
Well, apparently after
Like-
20 years, he's not content to just kill every
But
criminal
that
in Gotham.
Superman hasn't been around for 20.
How long has
What
he
did
been
you say,
around?
Rex?
Well,
You were like,
It was like 8 months, what,
It was
a year
18,
ago or
2
something like
years.
2
Yeah.
years.
So he's
okay.
been around for 2 years.
Which
So
in
in 2
Superman
ye-
time, he could have done a hell of a lot
Guys,
in 2 years.
yeah, yeah.
in
Like,
2
I have a
years,
career.
Batman didn't sleuth out any knowledge on anything. Batman didn't find
The
out.
world's greatest
Detective
detective.
found nothing out about Superman, and he's saving
oh.
people. The city that is visibly to a human next to Metropolis.
According to Lois Lane, being able to see the bat signal from the sky of Metropolis.
Literally, Metropolis and Gotham City in this movie is Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking
They're next to each
insane.
other. How did they act like they just found out about it? Wouldn't Clark have known anything
Oh my
about
God, dude.
Batman?
Works in Metropolis.
See, like,
doesn't he?
Like, they're talking
He's
about...
there.
Apparently,
Pretty often,
he
right?
doesn't work the local.
was there that
He
day
works
for
such
whatever
a
reason.
local desk. He only works half of the city.
But then there's all that he's like, we need to talk about the Bat Vigilante. As though he hasn't been around for 20 goddamn years and nobody's done any stories about him?
Right.
Nobody cares
yeah.
about the Batman.
The Batman's
Huey.
just
he
He's a
just
savage.
slaughters people on a regular basis. For 20 years, he's the bane of Gotham. He's killed apparently everybody in Gotham. If you look at the streets in any scene, there's no humans around anywhere.
I said this today. He is an easily led, overreactive, child, psychopathic, murderer, prick, asshole. He is a fucking
You
pilot
know, that
shit in
reminds
this
me
movie.
of when Tony Stark is like billionaire philanthropist. Like, he's like all these
No,
horrible
and that's-
things.
It's all these horrible things, but that's what Batman is.
Yeah.
It's not Batman just as much as Superman. Is it Superman?
He's Punisher, man.
He's Punisher.
Yeah, man.
They know. Huey, you said.
Oh, that's right.
You said they turned Superman into Batman
Man,
and Batman into the Punisher.
Into the Punisher.
So you just shifted everything to the right. It's like, okay, Hillary Clinton is a Republican and Donald Trump is insane. You know what I mean? Like, everything just got pushed over. Like,
Oh man, wait until the Justice League movies when Martian Manhunter is
Oh,
Adolf
man.
Hitler.
Jesus.
dude, what is...
It's like, well, he's done killing everybody on Mars. I guess he could come to Earth now.
What are the
On
rest of
some
the
men.
characters going to be like?
Who knows? I mean,
How,
well, 3
how
seconds.
evil could Darkseid possibly be?
Yeah, right? He's like, fuck, guys, sorry.
Like, he's
you guys
gonna-
can have Earth. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's gonna meet Batman and be like, Christ,
Whoa,
dude,
guy.
calm the fuck down. Like, it's not that serious, okay?
But like all we know about Aquaman is he hates probes.
Yeah.
Like
And what we know,
Okay,
what we know about
let's
probes.
talk about the Aquaman scene.
Okay, yeah.
Can we
Hold on,
talk about
hold
the
on.
Aquaman
I think
scene?
let's segue into that from this.
okay.
What was the plot?
The movie plot?
This plot is a almost 3-hour-long commercial for 3 other movies.
I would say 5 actually, but
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, I guess if you want like
It was literally a
Cyborg and Flash and
commercial-
everybody that was like thrown in.
Not only that, I heard it described today in a review that it was actually 5 movies itself.
Right.
And they're all 5 scripts that are happening at the same time that have been mashed together to make no sense. You know, like there is a Batman movie definitely happening.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Sure.
Like you could have made this movie from Batman's point of view.
Yeah.
Like it might have actually been more interesting had we
This-
not seen Superman at all and just have Batman going fucking nuts. Like how can
Right?
we do this? Oh! Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, let's have a Superman sequel where Superman acts like Jason Voorhees.
You're right. He's just stalking him at every turn. But you have that. You have the Superman sequel to Man of Steel
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
happening.
yeah.
You have the Lex Luthor movie. Then you have some weird legal movie that's happening to the side that they didn't know what to do with him. They literally blew up.
Okay, look. They made the George Lucas mistake of putting a scene in a movie where they had an argument between villains about trade agreements.
Yes.
Oh my
Not
god.
even
Yeah.
trade-
Yes!
It was an import permit.
Import license!
He's a supervillain. Just bring the goddamn thing into the country.
Yes!
What is the problem?
Dude.
Is this kryptonite somewhere he can't bring it? Like he funded the whole damn operation to find the damn thing. Just bring it back.
It's just on a
You can't
boat.
do it on a dock somewhere in Metropolis or Gotham or anywhere.
I feel like we're Rex. I feel like we're talking about Steel again, the movie Steel.
Oh my
Because
God.
this movie
Don't
feels
bring-
like nobody knows what anyone else is doing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which is somewhat fine if it wasn't a Batman movie. Batman should know what everyone's doing because he's
Sure.
Batman.
That's the whole point.
He
the whole
has
point.
a huge computer that says things.
Also,
that have big readouts that
But
say what they're
this
thinking.
He
is
is on
doing.
top of nothing in this movie. He doesn't know who's controlling his emotions. Somebody's literally controlling Batman's emotions.
with like letters and shit.
letters.
Yeah.
He
Letters.
doesn't know where they came from.
He doesn't
What
analyze
the fuck is
them.
He's stealing from a human being. He's literally stealing from Lex, a man who's controlling him to steal from himself. What is happening?
months of letters written on checks that aren't brought to his attention.
Yeah.
Jesus, I forgot.
What
They're
kind
like a
of
pile. He's just like, here's 6 months of his checks. It's like, why did you bring this up before? He didn't get his checks for half a year and they have cryptic notes to me? What the hell? Give that to me sooner than that. You're fired, you piece of shit. Like,
Does
come
this
on.
happen so often that they don't want to bother
2
Bruce
years.
Wayne with it?
2 years of
years
checks.
of goddamn
20
checks.
years. What is that? Like 104 checks he's holding?
No, look, I understand. I understand there's a pile of 104 checks. After like 50 of them, I start
Maybe make a
kicking
phone
it.
call.
I start kicking it upstairs. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
My
Okay,
God.
look, this is a question I actually don't. Like, was the Wayne Manor destroyed? Like, was it burned down or something? Like,
It looked like it just like fell apart.
dude,
like
I-
nobody.
It
Did
looked
he
like
not
an old
live
TJ
there?
Maxx that
Did
nobody
he live
pays
in like that
attention
weird
to.
glass, like one-story
Dude,
thing?
and
I-
then the
Yeah.
shot of like
one
Alfred
shot.
walking to it, I thought it was like a coffee commercial. I was like, what's happening? And then they're in this abandoned building. And I was like, why? Where are we now? Like, are they? Did there used to be a house that he used to live in?
I don't like. Is it
Where's
Wayne
the-
Manor?
where-
Where's the Batcave?
Where's the Batcave? Where is fucking anything?
I
Like,
think
that
what it
was-
was, like there's like a penthouse on the premises of Wayne Manor, which is destroyed, that he can get to. Like it's close enough to the Batcave to where like he can get
Okay.
to it. But it's like they don't space it out. They don't connect those two. Like it's one location, but you never see just like one shot of Wayne Manor and that place to establish where the fuck we are.
Why didn't it just like they never even showed like a shot of Wayne Manor like burning down or being
Right,
abandoned?
or
So
anything.
there's no way to know
Did his?
why he doesn't live in Wayne Manor.
Yeah, he lives in like a
Yeah.
fucking
Like
hotel.
this movie hinges on you knowing intimately Superman, Batman, Man of Steel, and most of the rest of the Justice League, who are denoted by their logos and 2 letters on a file.
Yeah,
Dude,
That
their
Lex
logos.
Luthor made.
That Lex Luthor made.
Were the logos? Who generated these goddamn logos?
It's
Lex
maddening.
Luthor assumingly made logos.
Dude, from
He's
this
like, you
movie,
probably like
he was
this. It's
young.
blue and
Seriously,
yellow. It's got the little eye.
the thing I would
sign,
get from
like,
this
you like
movie
that.
is that Lex Luthor is creating the Justice League.
That's insane.
Which Batman could then email to Wonder Woman, which is my favorite part of the whole
It's
movie.
amazing.
Batman emails Wonder Woman and writes 4-word sentences with 5 question marks, like,
Who are you?
drunken
What's
old
happening? It's like an
70-year-old
AOL
man.
chat.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Should Batman ever ask anyone who you are? No. He should know who
Should
the
he
fuck everyone
maybe
is.
show up in her house and not write her a goddamn email? How lazy is this Batman?
Dude, he's so busy trying to kill someone he's never met. It's
Yeah.
insane to me. How is that not a bigger contention in any review I read? He is bloodthirsty to kill Superman, and he has never said a word to this fucking dude. He knows nothing about him except, oh, he could destroy everything. Like he's
At
he's
no
a
point-
fucking psychotic asshole.
Zod is brought up 0 times. His body shows up. Like,
Yeah,
he's used
like the
for something,
Superman
but
did-
like,
Do they
nobody
even
like,
say-
hey, yeah, I was fighting a guy
don't
like
know.
me.
They don't even say
No,
it's
they
Zod.
just wanted to
don't-
kill everyone.
They don't say his name.
They don't
just say
his
the
name.
alien
But
remains.
What
Yeah.
Rex is saying is true. It's
just
like,
like-
why didn't he say, hey,
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 I'm
Superman,
doing the best I can, man.
what
Fuck.
happened here? What happened, man? Like, you know, like why?
Jesus.
Fuck.
Guys, you are gonna be so glad
Also-
when Aquaman gets a file of 3 other characters we haven't seen yet.
Oh
it's
my
gonna
God.
be so good.
Why
How
does he?
convenient.
Why does it? Okay, so Bruce Wayne goes to Metropolis to try and save it during the attack. Why wasn't he Batman
Was
for that
he?
situation?
I mean, he took a cab, so like it was probably what, about a 5-mile
Yeah,
drive, right?
He,
Or
no,
presume
he took
from
a
Gotham?
helicopter.
He took a helicopter,
Oh, right,
and then
right.
got into a
And then he
jeep.
took a
Where is
cab.
he?
fucking more ineffectual
He should have gotten out of
to
the
get
cab and like got
around.
on horseback and
Why
like.
did he stay in the helicopter? He could have saved people from the
yeah,
air.
Why didn't he?
Airlift people
Why
out.
wasn't he in like full Batman regalia?
Yeah, what was he gonna
saving
do?
people? He's got gadgets out his ass, and he doesn't fly the Batplane into
Nope.
like a
Dude.
war zone.
The amount of
Yeah, he just calls Doug.
Now,
He
presumably-
just calls Doug in the office.
Dude, he has
That's
nothing
all he
happening.
does.
Presumably, he could see that from Gotham City and be like, whoa, be Batman, get there with the fucking Batwing and do something about it.
It's
Instead,
not
he
like
shows up-
anybody learns anything from a fucking TV in this movie.
Oh my god.
God
Did
damn it.
9/11
Not only
happen?
5 times.
You know what I mean? Like, is this a post 9/11 world in this movie? Because it's like, does anyone, like, you know what I mean? Like, Batman would have been, as soon as 9/11 happened, Batman would have prepared something, right? I mean, he lives in a world where 9/11 happened. I think Batman would be like, wow, this better not happen to my cities. I will
My
do
city,
something about it.
that's a mile away from that city.
Yeah.
What took 2 years to formulate a hate revenge boner for Superman?
Oh my
Why
god.
wasn't he like the next day being like, dude, that guy's gotta fucking go down?
Yeah, hey, Alfred.
What happened in 2 years?
Also, did you guys
He
notice
was
that?
fighting.
Oh yeah, he was busy killing everybody in Gotham City. I forgot, with fucking
I
machine
ran
guns.
out of people to murder.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
Gotham City's empty now. I gotta go to Metropolis and figure out what this fucking guy's about by not asking him any questions or doing any legwork at all.
Dude, okay, this Batman is supposedly in Suicide Squad, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So like
Allegedly.
these like are
Those guys, those fucks
Like,
are dead,
they're
man.
Yeah,
so
man.
dead.
He almost killed Superman in this movie. Everyone should be fucking dead.
What's Harley Quinn with a hammer gonna do against him?
Oh,
Dude, that thing
Jesus.
should start out with an atom bomb going off. Like it opens just with a bomb exploding.
Jared Leto is going to be 90% of the movie a grease spot on the
Right.
Oh my
God,
god.
man.
Joker's
Oh.
gonna be terrified for his goddamn life all the time.
What kind of universe does this Joker have if Batman straight murders everybody he
Yeah, no,
encounters?
it's a
because
great
the
question.
idea is that the Joker kills people to try and get Batman to kill him,
just to egg
but
him on.
he won't because he doesn't kill
Dude,
people.
this Batman wouldn't hesitate a fucking second to
He
kill
would
the Joker.
snap his fucking
I'm
neck.
actually excited to see how they write themselves out of this.
Yeah,
I
man.
bet
it's
you,
impossible.
buddy,
It's impossible. now.
less people die in Suicide Squad than Batman murders in this movie.
Absolutely. And you know what? To think about Suicide Squad, I mean, to me, I would think I would have had Superman teach Batman a lesson about morality and not killing.
Yeah.
Sure.
That way, in Suicide Squad, you could explain why he doesn't fucking murder everybody.
Dude, speaking of that,
And nothing even close to that
Because
happened.
the Joker's mother is named Martha.
Oh man.
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
Yup. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You want to play karate in the garage?
That wouldn't make. Jesus Christ,
got
man.
so much room for activities
put
in my Batcave.
They put so much gravitas on a fucking conversation.
Two people
that
haven't
would
even
make
spoken.
people talk for 5 more minutes in a fucking high school reunion.
I've met other Bobs. Some of them are assholes.
He's like, what's your dad's name? Oh, Jonathan. Oh. Well, no, you're still cool. You're still
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
It's like, we're half
Do you
friends.
want to
We're
fuck
half
or
friends.
what? Like, that's my new pickup line for women. Like, hey, my mom's name is Joanne.
Yeah.
You just wait till you get one.
You get
that's
something.
there. Oh,
Joanne.
really? Let's fuck. I'm your son's friend. It was like 2 minutes ago. You were
He was
literally
about to stab him
You know, stab him in the heart.
with a
You haven't
spear.
even
That's made of the
spoken to her
only
son.
thing that can kill him.
You've never
that
even-
you built.
You've never spoken to her son, you fucking fake
There's-
bastard.
They're
It's
so
like-
reluctant to talk to each other that Lois Lane had to literally run into the scene and be like, it's his mom's name. I'm like, what is he, 3 years old? Is he just refused to fucking talk to each other? God, have a conversation,
Batman
guys.
is that ineffective.
Jesus
You know what? That
Christ.
scene is it's detrimental to this movie because not only is he ineffective as who he is, but the fact that that's the pivot of the
Yeah,
whole thing.
that's
That's how
it.
dumb Batman is in this movie.
He's an imbecile.
He's
he's
a
a
complete
child.
That's a reason to stop killing somebody a child would have.
Your mom's name is the same name as his mom.
Hey, my mom's name is Martha. Fuck you. Stab. I mean, what is that?
Like-
you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I don't
she's
see how that
alive?
deals with anything.
Yeah.
You can still pretty much kill the whole planet, so I probably should kill you.
Yeah, it's like,
Yes.
did you just get depowered suddenly because your mom's name is Martha? Like, did this change a goddamn thing? Like, what?
Why did you make the spear so long? Why didn't you just shorten it 2 inches and have two
Put it in a
more
gun.
gas? Two more gas grenades! You only brought 3 to a Superman fight! What are you, stupid?
he has turrets.
You bring machine guns to everything
He
else!
has turrets. He could have. This could have been over in a second.
Those turrets unload on Superman. If you put just a tiny bit of kryptonite on the end of
little
those,
dust.
they're carving
Little
right through his fucking ass.
Yeah!
It's the fight between them is so misguided in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like it could have been awesome. You could have had Clark like the whole time be like, you don't
like,
understand.
just
Stop.
buffeting him,
And
you
he's-
know?
No, and Batman's beating the shit out of him with kryptonite, and he's just like, dude, stop, please, listen to me. None of that
No,
happened.
he just like he goes
It's him
silent
getting-
after being like, listen, this is what and like
he
he's like,
says
"I'm not
listen
listening."
once, and then he's like, oh fuck you,
The
bam.
sonic things hit him, and he's like, no, bam, and just starts shoving the shit
But
out
dude,
of him.
Superman didn't even try talking to anybody. What?
Dude, when he goes to Lois, he's like, I might have to kill him. I was like, you might have to kill him? Maybe, like,
What?
don't. Maybe
What?
don't. And come up with another way. Like, maybe think about this for 2 seconds.
the most
You have to kill him because Lex Luthor has... Just go save your mom.
You-
You're
you
Superman.
can- you-
what is
oh
a
my
fucking
God.
guy gonna do?
You gotta be able to hear your mom's
Who is the
heartbeat, you
most- Let me ask you
asshole.
something. Who's probably the most diplomatic
You can hear
fictional
Lois
character ever
underneath
written?
fucking 3 feet of water. You can't hear your mom with a flamethrower next
Dude.
to her face.
He
Next
heard
door.
Lois Lane falling off a building from a continent away.
Yeah!
And made it there before she fell at the halfway point.
He's that fast and powerful and
For
strong.
that second.
Because the
Because
entire
right after
world
that,
is
he's-
only about 500 yards long.
Wouldn't his mom be able to just be like,
They're living
Clark,
on the
come
moon.
get me?
Clark.
She could whisper, Clark, come get me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he'd be there. Why? What is he doing that's so goddamn important? Getting his ass beat by Doomsday? Wonder Woman's goddamn
Dude,
locked down.
No, when
You're
as
not
soon
doing
as,
anything.
So
Like,
when
just-
Lex tries to blackmail him into
ridiculous.
getting hit Batman's head, which is, God, Christ Almighty, how is that a thing?
Why would he want that?
Yeah, look, no, well,
like-
I don't
like-
even know why
why
you
would he
wanted
want
it.
that?
But it's like,
What does it matter? Like, what does he
like,
care?
are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna try to get me to like, I would have been like, I can hear my mom, dude. Like,
like, I hear
you know-
everyone on Earth.
Like, I would
you
have
gonna
your mom
hide from me?
hostage. He flies away and comes back holding her. You mean her?
I didn't have to kill all 24 people that were in the building.
Right, like I literally snuck in. They didn't see I was moving the speed of light. It's fine. Like,
I left a sack of rice in her place.
yeah,
I probably haven't even noticed yet.
I'm gonna go tell Batman everything's cool, right? Cool.
All right,
Like,
see ya.
It's like nothing is ever thought
Bring him up for
about.
something else.
To frame Superman like this is insane.
Yeah.
It does,
Preposterous. The whole every plot point is preposterous.
it's completely
It's silly,
preposterous.
childish nonsense.
And the characters don't react to the preposterousness in any way
They're
that
like,
they
oh,
should.
well, shit. I guess I better go kill
I
Batman.
better go take his fucking head off. Like, it's a kids movie,
And
dude.
why?
Like,
Okay,
like you literally have a Superman on a mission to collect Batman's head.
And if
what
he's-
is this, John the Baptist?
Is he-
Like,
he's-
what the fuck are you making?
Oh, yeah.
If Superman is resigned,
Like,
heavy-handed
does he think
metaphors,
he's
yes.
making
Guys.
the Bible? Is that what he's doing?
Yes, he
They
does think he's making the
started-
Bible.
They started a kids movie with a woman getting shot in the face, and then 10 minutes later, you almost got to see a titty.
that's
Well, no, you said,
Yeah.
John, they started the movie and ended the movie with funerals.
No, they started the movie
man.
with a funeral. They ended the movie with funerals.
Man,
they doubled
They
down, man.
doubled
Enjoy
down
your
on
Lego
funerals.
set,
right?
kid. Here's your Happy Meal toy.
God,
Yeah.
what a dirge of justice.
Life begins at death, and then life ends with death.
Dude.
There's no escape
No-
from death.
In
It's like-
between, people getting
It's
slaughtered
like,
like
you want to hold,
motherfuckers.
like, let's hold your child's head to an abyss and just let them look at it for 20 minutes, you know?
Man.
Deal with yourself. This
Dude.
is like, come on, it's for kids.
I mean, like
You're not special. You're gonna die at 9/11.
I mean, really, because like 9/11 just happened. 9/11 presumably did happen, and then 9/11
Are
happened
you not
in
an
Man of Steel.
alien? Are you not rich? You're fucked. Are you not an immortal woman from a Greek island? You are double fucked.
Assumptively, really, we didn't get any details.
yeah, we don't.
yeah.
We just
We
know
don't
she
know
was
who the hell
alive
she
in
is.
1918 and looked great.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh, she looked fantastic.
the world,
Chris Pine looked
Ineffectual
fine. He looked
titty
good.
armor. I hate that shit.
the world these people are. Zack Snyder has constructed a world in which 9/11 happened, right?
Yeah.
Man of Steel was equivalent to 43 9/11s. They did the math. Somebody
Yeah,
actually did that math. 43 9/11s happened to Metropolis.
And-
Why anyone in Metropolis ever smiles again is a
No,
fucking
you know-
miracle.
let alone 10 minutes later at the end of that
You know,
movie.
right.
I
And
got to
so-
assume that it's even worse now because remember that part in the beginning of this where you see the spaceship crashing through like something like 70 buildings?
Yes.
It's like carving them all in half.
Yeah, it's awful.
And then it blows up, not to mention the thing that's pulsing gravity through the goddamn planet. It's like, that had to have been worse than that. I just, it's gotta
Like,
be
there's
like,
still
no, and
earthquakes
then-
because of that.
it's so commonplace that in this movie, it's just like they got at this point the normal citizens got to be like, well, I give up. Like,
I mean, what
I'm going
can
to
I
murder
do?
myself. I don't.
Right?
I have no hope
The
left.
best people among us just want to slaughter people fucking left and right for no goddamn reason.
So
What a
many.
fucking chance do I
And
have?
Rex is like, I hate them. I hope they all die. You're right, man. Every main character in this movie should just be dead,
Yeah.
and the world would be a better place.
You know
Yeah.
why people don't buy newspapers? They're all dead.
it starts selling. Well, you know, we just killed half the population of the city.
So many people died when Scoot McNairy climbed up on the Superman. I went, just let him do it.
Just let him do it.
Just let him do
Who
it.
cares?
If Superman's gonna let him do it, why the just let him have?
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Let him have
Obviously
this
needs
thing.
Can we
to.
talk about the fucking just the
Oh.
implications of the court scene for a second? I mean, not
Oh,
only
the hearing.
Sure.
the hearing,
Senate
not only
hearing.
do
That's
we
what we're
have
here
a,
for.
do we
Your
have a
ongoing
series-
podcast.
First off,
Right,
best
no.
callback ever, right? Best callback
I believe I
ever.
said
Jar of
earlier.
piss.
I said earlier, if there was another movie in which Holly Hunter was staring at a jar of piss, I would be like, "This is a good movie." But in a Superman
then
Batman
explodes.
movie where it's a pivotal plot point,
She stares at it insanely for like 45 seconds to the point where the audience is kind of looking around like, what the fuck is going on?
and then you find out it's a jar of piss, and then you realize
then
it's a
something
metaphor for
completely
the
different
entire
happens.
fucking movie.
Okay, let's not forget. Okay. Let's not forget. This is Zack Snyder at his best, his
Yeah.
subtlest. Not only is it in a mason jar of piss, and it's in a place where a mason jar of piss doesn't normally end up. He put a label on it so she could turn around and go, "Oh, that jar of piss."
And it looks like the label looked like it was written by an old lady at the Old Country Buffet. That's why it was great.
Bought it out of Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, seriously, like it was purchased all of it at a Cracker
Did you not
Barrel.
notice she's drinking out of a goddamn mason jar? Like, who serves a
Okay,
mason
a Senate
jar in a
hearing.
congressional hearing?
A
Put glass out.
Kryptonian is showing up to the Senate
Dude,
hearing.
at this
Security's
point-
out the wazoo.
No, at this point
Nobody
in the movie,
notices a jar of piss on the
Nobody notices a bomb in a wheelchair.
At this
Look,
point
not even
in the
Superman.
movie,
Yeah.
Is Lex a genius? Because that's the only evidence we have
A jar of piss!
A jar of piss
This
and a
is the
bomb.
first chance in like 7 hours of Superman Zack Snyder movies where Superman finally has a chance to talk
sit-
to the world.
Yeah.
The first time.
Well,
Yeah,
that's not true because he threatens the UN at the end of Man of Steel.
And
he does, but he's not
and-
talking to the world though.
Well, yeah, that's
This
not.
is the first time he has a public
That's
podium
true,
to
that's
say
true,
something
that's
to the
true.
world, and what happens? The fucking room explodes,
Yeah.
and he does nothing.
Nothing.
That's the message of this Superman.
This is a man who can fly from a continent to another continent in under 2 seconds. Just bear that in mind.
Yeah.
And he
No.
could not save a single person from this explosion.
There wasn't-
But he could feel really sad about it.
This is a filmmaker who's obsessed with slow motion, and we didn't get a shot of a bomb going off next to him with a room full of people and him slow motion saving at least one of them. There wasn't a slow motion shot there. It
There
was
was
just
no, there was because it was him just going like, "Oh, I'm sad that I'm on fire right now. I mean, I'll be fine. Everyone around me's dead. Everyone in this building's dead.
I
The
screwed
building's
up,
probably gonna
guys.
collapse.
just chalk him up to Batman killed him.
Fiddlesticks.
I wonder who I get to kill next.
Dude, I mean, it's...
Why?
You know, okay, but then you know
why
what's...
do that?
You know what's funny on the other end
Why
of it?
would people? Think
I am shocked that Zach did not slow-mo the jar of piss hitting the ground.
Oh
Oh
man.
my god!
And the bullet casing just hitting right next to it for no reason.
Okay,
Superman is framed for shooting people in the head.
Yes.
And an explosion.
Yeah.
Of fire.
Superman. A man
Do
who
people
shoots
kn-
lasers
he's been-
from his face
Right,
and can
no, but-
punch holes in mountains.
People have at this point experienced 2 years, and they probably are obsessed knowing exactly what Superman can do. At this point, you know he doesn't just explode, right?
Right.
That's a thing
you know-
that he doesn't do.
He's presumptively done years worth of good things,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Why the fuck is everybody clamoring to frame him for something that happened in another continent that has like,
With guns!
no bearing on
With
anything
guns!
he's ever done?
Okay, let's not
God,
forget.
That's insane.
The bullets
and that's
don't.
it. That's all they focus on.
The bullets don't just hit things and then turn into a fingerprint of Superman. They went into a bullet and it looked like a fucking bullet.
It's like you
God.
can go and prove that.
But what-
yeah, forensics
But
exist in
ballistics-
this world, right?
But there's
No,
no
but no, but-
detectives
no,
because
but-
Batman's an idiot.
Like I thought,
He's the
and I
best among
seriously
us.
thought that Batman was going to go investigate and find out that Superman was being framed, and
Right.
then be like, "Wait a minute, something's fishy. I need to go talk to this man." None of that
Nothing.
happens.
We-
It's
There were scenes of him in a desert, and that's not why.
It's unbelievable. It
Dude.
is unthinkable.
What if-
How did they get to this?
One of the
How
things...
did you get here?
One of the things that I love to think about is the fact that they, like, he must have taken so much shit for how many people died in Man of Steel, so that they make sure every time that there's a big fight
Yeah.
to say, well, luckily everybody's gone home
It's
for
like
the
80
day.
yard in.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's
It's
nobody
like,
there.
Why did you bring us back to the city? Well, don't worry, we're on the docks and there's nobody here at all. Don't worry, that island's completely uninhabited. There's like 4 opportunities for them to mention that there's nobody who's going to be hurt, so we can't give them another
You know,
9/11 shit.
those buildings though are
Yeah.
still in society. There's still taxes and
Right.
infrastructure and shit. You're
Dude.
destroying stuff that could be repurposed.
Doomsday
There's people that have to
explodes!
eat. I mean, Christ Almighty,
There's like an
dude.
entire dock workers union that's like, we're good, we're done.
You know, you can
On the
None of us
waterfront
have
has
jobs.
been canceled.
you
All
can
our families are
evacuate
gonna starve
Gotham.
to death.
Dude, okay.
Just because you evacuate Gotham and then level it doesn't mean it's okay. You know what
If
I mean?
you evacuate
Yeah,
Gotham,
like,
wouldn't they
people
go to
still have
Metropolis?
homes.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. Anyway. But let's get to the...
Beside the
okay,
point.
there's a point where they nuke Doomsday and Superman. And Superman just sort
Okay,
of...
the
For no
one
reason.
praise, Huey, the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
praise
yeah.
we're going to give this movie, and it actually...
We have talked about
it's
this
the
at
only
length.
smile I had the whole movie, and I was so happy to see it, was Superman, because it's been 25 years of complaining about this
Yeah.
thing. Superman instantly starts punching Doomsday right into space, and that was like, okay, good.
Finally.
Somebody did
Finally.
something right. I mean,
Finally.
something right
Throw his
happened.
ass in the sun.
Yes.
You can do that at
Right,
any
he
time.
can't fly. So,
But they only did that so they could nuke him in space.
right. They did it for the wrong reasons, but at least that happened. Christ
But-
almighty.
But
You know what I mean? Like, at least that happened. It was great.
the higher a nuclear explosion happens, the more it disperses across the goddamn planet.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my god.
Oh, and the decision to nuke
Oh,
them was
was
within
no.
20
A whim.
seconds.
Oh,
we have
absolutely.
A whim.
we have irradiated all of Gotham and Metropolis,
Probably
and
all
probably
the whole
like straight
country.
down to fucking like coastal city is complete wasteland of nuclear
Let's
fallout.
not forget every satellite.
This is setting up a
Every
very different
satellite
origin for
just
Green
been-
Lantern.
Every satellite on that hemisphere just got EMP'd.
Oh
by
my God,
that, too.
totally.
Dude.
Yeah,
Totally.
There's no video footage of this
Also,
at all.
as I said, dude, like I said earlier, he's holding Doomsday and looking at a bomb coming at him, and he just takes it in the dick. It hits him in the penis. Honestly,
It's like Doctor
at that
Strangelove.
point, at that point, I was like, it's like weird because you're proving how powerful he is, and then he doesn't do anything. He takes a point blank nuclear weapon, and then instantly recovers with a tinge of sunlight.
Yeah.
It wasn't even direct sunlight.
Right.
I was like, this dude is like a fucking
You're
god.
like more closer to the sun just because you're in space.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
it's like,
it's
and then
any-
all they do is make Doomsday go back to Earth. So what?
What was the point?
Why didn't anybody talk to each other in this movie?
Any other
Fuck.
Superman writer would have had him take the fucking cape off and tie him to the fucking rocket and send that shit in the sun. What the fuck?
Ugh.
No, I mean, okay, so like, he's back on Earth, right?
Yeah.
But we're back to square one Doomsday storyline where they are on Earth together. And I think that the whole thing with Superman dying, when we were on spoiler territory, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares?
It should the whole ending to me. It's not because he dies. The whole ending to me shows how much Zack Snyder and the writers hate Superman.
Oh, fucking hate
because
him.
not only does he not get the chance to use his own strength to beat Doomsday, he uses something Batman made
to kill him.
to kill him, and Wonder Woman is
it worked.
totally able to do it, and she doesn't.
She's
So they
Amazon.
send-
Yeah.
They have spear experience.
Uses spears. It's maddening.
Dude, it
She's
is
standing
so-
right fucking there.
They wanted to. They wanted to
Oh.
kill Superman so bad. It's like a fetish.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
There's so many
sick.
things in that space
that
that
could
they could have
happen,
done.
and it's insane.
Stab him in the
adamantly
fucking
do
head.
Also, can I just say that after watching Man of Steel and this movie, which was 4 hours, how long was this? 3
Our whole
hours
lives.
long. All I wanted was Henry Cavill to smile once, and the
Yeah.
only real smile he has in like a 6-hour process is right before he commits suicide. That's your Superman, dude. That's what you wrote and did.
It's like a theme song to MASH starts playing.
Yeah. Come on! This is when he smiles. This is when he's
Man.
running into the deep dark blue. Like
Also,
I'm going to die.
Okay, there's a part where Lois Lane throws this kryptonite spear into water, and I'm like, all right, Aquaman's gonna show up and be like, don't worry, they're gonna we need that spear, and he just like rises and gives it to somebody or something. No, she dives into the water.
No,
it's like
Aquaman never comes.
he never comes back. He's in it. No.
Why was he advertised with a poster?
I have no idea, because.
Well,
As we
what are you
established,
doing?
Aquaman is in about
knows?
7 seconds of footage. You see some blue eyes. He comes up. He gets a little
And he
grimace,
tries to kill something.
and then he tries
I can't
to
wait for
goddamn
Justice League.
probe.
On video. We're
video.
watching on video.
We're
This
watching
is
a
not
probe, like a
cameras.
deep sea probe.
2 cameras.
One is like a distance shot of like the Titanic looking thing, and one is like right in like a porthole. That's like, and it looks in it. He comes out. He stabs it after like looking away and like grimacing. Like he's
But
very
the
deep.
actor is in a fucking pool. It's
Yeah.
obvious. He's
light's all different.
He's slowly moving because he's a man in the water.
Yeah.
Which they could have CGI'd. They didn't even have to do that shit. And then he flies away like Superman in the water.
Blasts through that fucking water to the point
Well,
where like,
Aquaman can do.
Yeah,
that. I mean,
sure.
that's part
so that's
of
fine.
Aquaman.
The
Yeah.
Flash's bit is so shitty. It's like, I don't know, man.
There's
I
a
really,
fast guy
dude,
somewhere.
The Flash.
Okay,
the Flash
cool.
is obviously
Great.
warning the dark side of coming. And he's
Yeah.
all, but he,
Yeah.
But what angers me is, like I said, dude, like he's saying that Superman has the capacity to go insane and take over the world by losing Lois.
Yeah.
So not only did everything we've talked about so far, but it's like you're also saying that basically this Superman can become a fucking dictator of Earth and destroy everything. Why? What do you want to do? What blood do you need at this point? Like
Right.
in this movie, like what are you trying to accomplish here? It's almost fucking like egregiously
sadistic.
mean. Like,
Yeah,
do you
it's-
hate this? Why are you making a movie anymore? Why quit?
Yeah, right?
You don't like these people. You don't even like Batman, dude. And you should like him because he's black. He wears black capes and he's in a gothic fucking setting, but you don't even like him.
Dude, Batman kills so many people in this film. Like,
When I saw that shit that he said today, Zack Snyder, about
About him,
killing by proxy,
by
I'm
proxy.
like, bullshit. He has a machine gun to the face 4 fucking times. He breaks 2 people's necks. He stabs somebody to death. What the fuck are you talking about by proxy?
Dude,
he's bloodthirsty as hell.
He
grabs
took
someone's
a-
AK-47 and swings it around the fucking room.
He took a car
Give me a goddamn
and threw
break,
it on top
Proxy.
of another car full of people.
No, he grappled it.
Yes!
just to do
There are
that.
people
Just
in the
to do
first
it.
car. He dragged it for
Yeah.
like a mile.
He could have grappled. He was on a dock. He could have grappled
that,
1,000 things.
God.
He chose the car filled with human
That evokes
beings.
some dark fucking U.S. history too. You know, like maybe don't fucking do that, Zack Snyder. You fucking asshole. Like really? We're gonna drag people with a car? Fuck you, man.
I want to see Zack Snyder
such
fuck,
bullshit.
man. Imagine when he needs to shoot his goo. He needs some serious shit, dude. Come on. He needs his balls
Ugh.
crushed by a fucking boot.
Oh my
That's
god.
why he has all those prison tattoos on his arms.
God damn it. It's honestly, it's a meathead of a movie.
Look,
it's a
it's-
meathead of a
God.
movie.
Zack
it's like
Snyder
blood.
drinks
It's
soylent.
no, it's made
and
by
then
a guy who
smashes
goes to the
glass
gym 3
against
times
his
a
own
day.
penis.
It is.
I'm
It's
just
made
trying
by
to-
it's made by someone with no nuance, who is a musclehead, lunkhead idiot. That's
Yeah.
what
It's-
Zack Snyder is.
Oh man, I'm
Who's
trying.
also he got a minor degree in visual design, and that's what this feels like to me. It's like because there's no nuance to anything at all. Like think about Batman as a character in this movie. Like there's no moment where you're like, wow, that was clever.
Yeah.
Like the point of a Batman story should be like, holy shit, Batman even had it over on me and the audience.
Yeah,
Right?
Batman
Yeah.
should always be on top of everyone, including who's watching or reading. And he's nothing. He's just literally
reacting.
He's literally a buff dude running into a fight trying to murder somebody.
Yeah.
That's what this movie
Ugh.
is. I mean, it's so
Dude.
misguided. How can people who like it not see that?
We didn't
Right.
even get to like what was it? Pa Kent. Like that whole fucking flashback thing. What? He's
What
just
was
like.
the meaning of that story?
Why did he tell him that?
I listen
What?
to horses fucking get slaughtered,
And I had
it
nightmares
haunts me?
forever.
Oh, I have hope now to go save the world.
Thanks, Dead Ghost Dad. Maybe one goddamn word of good advice from your goddamn face would be nice at this point.
I'd like some
How about you
celebration
say
cake,
God?
please.
Save people.
I was walking up this
Don't
mountain.
kill people for no reason.
I was just
Talk to
walking
them
up
first.
this mountain, and then I saw my dad, and then he said, "Clarice, do you still hear the lamb screaming?"
Was that also?
My God!
That's also another thing where like Superman is in Antarctica, not going to the Fortress of
Not the
Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude. What?
There's
Oh.
no-
What the fuck is going on in this movie?
Yeah,
where you're like just nothing deliberately.
I thought
They have not
Sure.
established
on
the Fortress
purpose.
of
Nothing
Solitude.
connects to anything.
I thought for sure we were getting some Fortress
God.
of Solitude there. We're like, all right, we're in the Arctic. It's great. No, he's just hiking
just in the Arctic.
Hiking gear.
What?
He's Superman. Why the
He's
fuck
not
is
cold.
he wearing hiking?
He's not tired.
Exactly.
And he's in Antarctica, so he's alone. No one can see that.
What's
he has
in the backpack, man?
porn. Is it?
I don't know.
He could get food from anywhere in 18 seconds. It doesn't matter.
It'll still be hot.
Huey, he doesn't really need to eat. He has the sun.
Right?
He's fine.
There's so many.
Like, what is happening?
Man, sometimes I just feel like I'm getting overwhelmed by the problems that like I just like they feed into each other with this movie.
It's unbelievable.
It's
unbelievable.
it has to be like it's like pathological at some point. Like
No,
you're
you-
deliberately shooting things so they don't make sense. You know, like
That I swear to God was product placement. It had to have been product placement.
What?
Why is Superman wearing a backpack
Oh,
that is
God, yeah.
clearly
It's like Eddie
seen?
Bauer or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't-
just
I
it's
don't
just
know,
for
man.
that. It's
Full
like
of
that
bricks.
James Bond mentality. Just because James Bond uses it, then all of a sudden it's like a really masculine icon.
But I don't think-
Heineke, fuck you. That's not a fucking masculine icon. Just because somebody uses
But
it.
nobody, like, I wouldn't think of Superman from this film as a really masculine icon. He gets his ass beat by everybody.
Dude,
Every
they pass
other
him
kid-
around like a
Dude, it's
fucking-
like,
Yeah.
No, and also it's like they do. He gets his ass beat, but at no point do we care because he's an asshole.
yeah.
You know, like
Ah.
okay, Superman Returns, right? Say what you will about that movie, but I think if it worked at any moment, it was when Lex Luthor was beating the shit out of Superman
Oh, yeah.
physically, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, and you can't. That Superman is actually good, so you're like, oh man, it's kind of heartbreaking to watch Superman be beat up by a guy.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
it's like, no, fuck him. He's an asshole
all
who doesn't even
assholes.
know if he should be doing anything. The guy can't make up his mind.
His mom's like,
We're
hey,
in another movie, Zach.
fuck
Do you
these
realize
people.
we had the movie where he was deciding this? I was like, okay, now this movie, he's Superman, right?
Yeah.
Because his whole reasoning for Man of Steel was he has to become Superman.
Sure.
All right, fuckhead, fine. So this one, he should be Superman.
What
but
is
no,
it?
he
Yeah.
like he
How
doubles
many movies
down.
does it take?
Right.
You need 10 hours for him to stop being a fucking asshole?
It's been 2 years.
He's 30! What the fuck? When is his life gonna start?
It's like
God,
failure to launch.
I've got my shit together sooner.
Yeah,
But
he's
goddamn.
Matthew
It's Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey from failure to launch.
He can't move out of his parents' house. I don't know. I could
He
see
has
people.
to have Lois
man.
Lane as a roommate because he can't send enough money to his mom, who's working at a family diner. What the fuck? Why don't you make enough money that your mom doesn't have to work anymore, you piece
Dude,
of shit?
Go to a mountain and dig gold out of it. You're
Oh my
Superman. Your mom should not have to be working.
Yeah.
Liberated Dynamite! Cat thumb! What are you
He could literally
doing?
look at the earth and be like, okay, let me just go get a big chunk of diamonds, and then here, mom. Never do anything
Happy
again.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Yeah.
Day. I haven't stolen from anybody. It's fine. But no, she's working, and God, the thing she says to him in that one scene she has is so infuriating. Like, no wonder you as a writer don't know what the fuck is happening because you gave him nothing to stand on.
Right.
You gave him parents that are like, well, hide yourself, or you don't know them anything. Well, whatever. You know, do whatever you want. What?
Yeah.
What?
Because anybody just gives some goddamn straightforward advice.
Just tell him
one
to save a
time.
motherfucker. Like,
This isn't moral ambiguity. This is irresponsibility on a insane capital level.
the guy is a god. Don't go, do whatever you want.
That is not, dude. That's like the bad Ghostbusters. Like if somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Yeah.
If you're given a god to raise, you don't say do whatever you want.
Yeah, go nuts. And then you owe them
It's like the little kid in the
nothing.
Twilight Zone episode.
Exactly.
Except he's 30
Oh.
and is not confined to a house.
The point of Superman, he gets his fucking morality from his parents, and they took that away
Fucking jackasses.
100%.
Man.
They took it away. I mean, he has no, like, I don't know why we're even arguing about Superman, because they took away his fucking Kansas upbringing.
he's not Superman,
with
Bob.
sociopaths who became atheists because their son is a god.
Right.
They hate him. They fucking hate their son. Pa Kent was afraid of him. And it's no surprise that it came to here.
Dude, he's not Superman. We've been over this.
He's Hyperion.
He's Hyperion.
Okay, let's just say
He's Doc Manhattan.
He's Doc
actually.
Manhattan.
He's
Yeah,
Doc.
yeah.
He's making a Watchmen movie.
Superman, the pitfall of Superman, he is invincible. Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
You need to create a vulnerability, either on the outside or something that depowers
Good
him.
writer always does it. From
Exactly. Every Superman movie, he's been depowered in some way,
Yeah, yeah,
or
Because
challenged.
his true
in some
weakness is like his love for Lois.
way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's his real weakness, or his weakness is that he is himself useless.
Yes.
The world doesn't want him anymore.
There
Which
was
they
a-
tried doing here, but failed miserably at.
It's like they didn't want him from the outset.
yeah,
Which is
they never wanted
ridiculous.
him.
It's like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you?
There
Why?
was a Superman game. I think it was just Superman. It was a Superman Returns game, and he didn't have a health bar. You had like an energy bar that you'd have to get more closer to the sun, and you lost if too much damage happened to Metropolis. That's perfect.
That's
You're
a
not
good-
supposed to be able to beat Superman, but you can defeat Superman.
Right.
That's the way
Like
it
I
should be.
said, Max Landis has the best metaphor. He says the Superman is not. He doesn't fear anything like we do, so he's not human.
Yeah.
So he's like an adult walking among children. We're children. He's supposed to act better than us because he can't die. Like, did no one say that in like 7 years of making movies to anybody on these things? Like,
Maybe.
did no one just say, "Hey, here's how it works"?
Dude,
And that's why the two of them have a dichotomy. But you took that away. There's no yin and yang here.
There's no, like,
Lex Luthor says
Nothing.
dark and light, and it's like, really, dude? Because it looks like they're both
dark and dark.
dark and dark.
You know, a
That's
lot of
it.
people have been saying that the difference between DC and Marvel, like people are the argument for this is that it's just dark and people don't like dark movies. It's not just that it's dark. Like even Marvel has like Ronan the Accuser smashes people's heads
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sleeps in their blood. That's not like bright and happy. It just has color.
Sure.
So it's
It just
like
has flavors.
about
It,
you,
has,
but-
it has tones. It
Yeah.
has,
I
you
mean,
know, overarching
it's got
things.
the
Yeah.
irony
well-written
is-
stories, characters you sort of understand.
But the
Why
irony
not?
here, but
That makes
isn't
sense.
Is it ironic that Marvel? I mean, growing up reading comics, Marvel was always the serious reality stuff.
Yeah.
And to
Right,
me,
right.
DC
And
was
the
the
big
was the
fantastical
corny,
fantasy stuff.
fantastical, mythical stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like the movies somehow took that, completely switched it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense how we got here.
See, like the weird thing is, I feel like a lot of these people who are defending the movie feel like we're all going in wanting to hate it. I wanted to love this movie. I would have loved to have loved this.
I was
Who doesn't want to
hoping.
love a Batman and Superman
I mean,
movie? This should have been amazing.
I wanted to love this movie,
That's
but
why
it's
it's so
so
heartbreaking.
goddamn terrible.
If
you
they
just can't.
did it right, imagine.
Any
man.
of it right.
Hold on, I
Christ.
want to clarify because people were getting mad at me online, and some friends of mine were getting mad at me and saying, "You guys just all hate it because it's not accurate to Superman." And I was like, "Well, no, dude." Like, and I told him I don't hate Man of Steel as a movie. This is an incomprehensible fucking mess.
Yeah,
I hate
It's
this
not-
because
It's a mess. It's
a
the fact that
mess.
it's disrespectful to the characters is a secondary problem to the fact this makes no sense.
this movie is 2.5 hours long. Nothing is called back. Nothing ties in. Like, no scene follows
There's no
organically
the
to another
characters have
scene.
no arcs.
There's nothing. Like, there's no theme, for fuck's sake. Like, there's no center of this movie. It's a hollow series of actions that are just... It's
right.
just
That's the reason to hate it first.
It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
it's wearying to watch because it's just like, when the fuck is this gonna end? When is this gonna begin?
When's it
Like,
gonna- yeah.
What the hell is it?
It's-
you know, someone we were sitting with was it you? Where you're like, this could have started like, someone went to the bathroom and came back and they were like, this movie
Ryan.
could have started. Ryan, yeah. It's like an hour in. It's like, it could have started right now and I would have not been lost at all. Because
Dude,
nothing happens in
it
sequential
coulda-
order.
It could almost start when Lex actually just says, "Hey, Superman, I've got your mom hostage."
Yeah.
It could literally start there.
Yeah.
Really, what is set up before that?
Nothing.
Let me
Like
tell
the
you
fact
something.
that they're assholes? Like that?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it's saying.
Even if this was a fundamental, just straight American melodramatic action film, the machinations of Lex Luthor, had they made sense or had any sort of plot or hold or any sense of his objective, which we don't even know, his motives or objective.
Yeah, like, why does he hate Superman?
He don't know because his dad slapped him. I don't know.
It doesn't make any goddamn
It's
sense.
something to do with like the fact that he's the devil. The devil's coming and he's God. And what
Is
that
he being
because-
controlled by Darkseid
I
or
was gonna say,
something?
'cause
Because he
it-
starts going all like, you know,
He's
Ratzinger
coming.
at the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah, he's
like,
coming, he's coming.
He's much closer to
Rick Gate's
Joker
coming, he's
for this
coming,
movie
blah, blah,
than he
blah.
is to Lex Luthor, and he's like cold,
Why is
calculating.
Lex Luthor insane, man? Lex Luthor is a cold,
never been
calculating.
insane. Like, never.
that's the point.
Never
of,
been portrayed
like
anything
even
like
Gene
this.
Hackman at his hammiest was still like trying to be a businessman. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
this is not the Joker, dude.
Yeah.
This is a guy who gets off on the fact that he is rich, he is smart, he's better than everybody else in the world, and yet there's Superman, and he'll never ever get to that level.
Now,
That's the envy of Lex Luthor. So
The best
he's
Lex
a
Luthor
pinnacle man,
storyline
and he
in the
can't
last
be.
20 years, in my opinion, was when he became president.
Mhm.
Because that storyline, I know we're just talking about comics now, but that storyline showed like Superman had to obey the president's orders. That's a genius fucking move. Lex Luthor is president, and Superman has to deal with the fact that the people he protects elected this man, and he has to take orders from him if necessary.
Yeah.
That's a genius move.
Yeah.
Where would you could never write a story with the Lex that was presented in this movie where that would happen? Because number one, he's an insane lunatic.
Yeah. He like
It's
talks
obvious.
to himself
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he
He
giggles and all sorts of shit.
no
Yeah.
one
He
can
had-
relate to him.
No
Even
one
his,
respects him, dude. He's Lex Luthor. He should have respect of his unders.
he has an Asian assistant who doesn't make eye
He
contact
let
with
her
him.
die in the courtroom.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
He let her explode.
God.
What is the point
How
of
did he
these
not clue her
characters?
into that happening?
Why would he let her explode? She wasn't doing anything wrong
He
that we knew
doesn't
of.
even have a relationship with that goon-eyed mercenary that holds the flamethrower
No.
against Lois's head. At least we could be like, oh, you're the secondary baddie. No, it's not even that easy to establish. It's like, oh!
Why
my
did-
God.
This movie's kill. I hope this
Oh, let's-
purges it out of me.
let's-
Like I've spewed all my venom because this is like, I'm sick of thinking of this
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
movie.
Let's just point out that Lex Luthor achieves his objective. He kills Superman.
Yeah.
And so does Batman. He
But-
built a weapon to kill Superman and it fucking worked.
Not only does he kill
Yeah.
Superman,
Oh
my God.
not only does he kill Superman, his mistake of creating another Superman to kill Superman. How are you going to control
Effortlessly,
that
by the
guy?
way.
Oh, dude,
What was
also,
that?
Let's- No, okay, let's
the whole
talk about
shit thing,
that.
Jesus.
Because I thought the point of him putting his blood into the pool
was he can control him?
was that he would have full control over him. Not once did it seem that he had
What?
any
Dude,
control.
he immediately tried to kill Lex.
What did his blood
Yeah.
do?
Dude, what?
Anything?
Nothing.
This ship just eats Kryptonians and shits out crappier shit. Like, what the fuck is this ship?
Why
What the
did you
fuck
use
is it?
piss?
We're at
I don't-
we're at an
Why did you
hour.
use blood? You could have used piss.
Yeah, just poor
You had
your
piss.
grandma's
Piss.
peach
Pull your
tea.
leg up.
So much piss.
So we're-
yeah.
Skins just
Skin-
falls
skin
off in the
from your
water.
hair.
You don't
We're
need to
at an
cut
hour,
yourself.
guys. So
Whatever. Okay.
We've said
I mean,
it,
I want to
guess.
say like,
I want to scream some more.
Yeah.
I mean, we
My
can
voice
keep talking a
isn't
little
tired enough
longer,
yet.
but I mean, obviously, I mean, for me personally, I've got obviously personal lifelong problems because this is like characters I care about. But just as a movie, like I think that's the most important thing. Is as a movie, my review is that it's such a disjointed mess that the fact it could be Superman, like he could be a murderer himself. I mean, that's not the problem.
Let
Like
me
you
tell
didn't
you.
even convince me of the bad Superman you were making. That's how much you failed.
Like-
You changed him, and it wasn't for a reason. There was no reason to change Superman. You changed him, and then you thought you were making the right one. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah, the hubris of it.
You
know?
didn't, yeah, but I'm saying you didn't use the thing. You're like, okay, you're gonna change Superman. All right, fine.
Make
Let me
it-
see this fucking
let's go
story that
crazy,
you wrote
yeah.
that must be
Sure.
amazing and worth it, and then you didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Dude, and then like I feel like none of this movie had any weight. Like there was nothing to it. Like I never was invested in anything. A lot of big shit happened. Superman fucking dies in this movie, and why? Like we all know, this movie knows that nobody thinks
the movie
Superman is
tells
dead.
you.
Dude, the
Yeah,
marketing,
it's not
like
gonna
I
last.
said, the marketing
It's-
literally
Well, I
tells.
take it back. That is the one callback because he dies
Oh.
in space and comes back to life, and then he dies on Earth and basically comes back to life, and then they cut like 1 second before he bursts out of the fucking coffin or whatever dumb shit is about to happen. He's got what is going on?
dude,
Earth is
I'm
like,
really hoping
something's
we
gonna
get-
burst out and probably
the
break someone's
marketing,
neck or some dumb
the
shit.
marketing of the DC universe coming up has pictures of the Justice League with
Superman in it.
Yeah.
So
That's
nobody
how
thinks
worthless his death is in this movie. It's how little it means. What I mean, it's like, how do you get to this point where it just nothing literally means anything? You didn't even try to. You didn't even present it with an opportunity where you're like, look, the audience knows he's going to live. He's coming back.
Yeah.
So you have to make his death mean anything up until there.
Yeah.
And this is what they did.
it means nothing.
Like,
It means
you
absolutely
going in. You know that we
zero.
know that his death means nothing,
Yeah.
and you didn't even try to make it mean anything. It's insane.
What? God damn it!
It's insane. It's egregious, man.
What- it's not even that good of a Superman story from the get go. Like
No.
the originally when it was written, it sold a lot because you
Doomsday,
killed.
no, as a story sucks.
Yeah.
Doomsday
It's-
is the Hawk. It sucks.
Yeah.
Doomsday was always the Hawk. And then you put the Hawk in the movie. You know we've seen like the Hawk in like 20 movies at this point.
Yeah,
All
right.
CGI.
and it looks a
And
hell of a lot better
done
than
way
this.
better.
Right. And so it's like, so you're going to end this movie with something that essentially, you know, you don't have to do that. You could do anything else.
Everything you want.
Yeah, they could come together and fight a million villains, and you chose the one that looks like the Hawk?
And although they never get him to look like he did in the comics, you were saying that earlier. He just
This is God. I mean, it's just point number 100 about this fucking movie.
He
where
looks
it's
like a pile of shit.
Well, yes, he does. But then you see that he evolves, and then he starts growing the spikes, and he starts kind of looking like Doomsday. But then you don't get there. You just kill him. So what the fuck are you doing?
Why
You
did
know,
you
like,
do
what
it?
are you doing?
Why not just look like Doomsday?
Yeah.
Right
Right
off
away.
the bat.
He's only gonna be there for 10 goddamn minutes anyway.
Just
Is
a
he
goddamn
aware
troll.
this
What
is
is he
real science?
growing in real time?
Is anyone aware of that? And what are you adding explosions for?
look, it's gritty and
why
realistic.
why add Doomsday having body explosions?
Yeah. Is he not
What's the
strong enough to kill Superman with his
Christ.
bare hands?
See, are you-
Isn't that the point?
Are you so fetishistic
you
that you
just
couldn't
stand there and shoot electricity
You're
like an
fucking
asshole?
jerking off exploding buildings, and you need him to also be exploding.
The building
What if-
itself was doing the exact same thing.
Guys,
Like,
aren't
what the fuck? Is this all the CG you can afford? It's just lightning bolts? Like, what the fuck?
Guys, there's nothing more iconic than seeing a fist fight at Ground Zero of Nagasaki. There's nothing standing. Everything's on fire. Fuck this.
I mean,
There's no visual to this at all. It's just a parking lot.
No,
it's
John-
next Karate Kid.
no, John, you're absolutely right. If you really think about it, Zack Snyder has made 2 movies that live in rubble. And what's
Yeah.
the point? Where's the hope? You're fucking advertising hope in these goddamn trailers and shit. Where's the hope for any of this?
When did John Justice dawn? Fucking
No,
asshole.
there was no Dawn of Justice. It was they. If anything, why
It
don't
was
you
Dawn
There
of a road
wasn't
trip
even a
movie.
shot of the dawn.
Why even start?
Yeah. It was the sun was going down.
Why even start this all with the 2 of them
Subverts
fighting?
himself.
Why start with them fighting? Why couldn't it just have been them together?
Right?
Did it need to be them versus each other? It's flawed from the get-go. Like, you could have just made a Batman Superman movie where
They
They
have the
came
classic
together.
superhero argument and then gotten over it and done it. Like, what's wrong with that?
Literally,
You
this
know?
is like a Beatles movie where they end the movie with John Lennon dying. They
And then the
finally
Earth
get together.
is
and they kill
slowly
John
rising.
You just start to imagine.
Well, I mean,
Go to
use,
another dream
to
sequence.
use the same metaphor, it would be like in Step Brothers if Will Ferrell got shot in the chest right after they became friends. I mean, that's essentially what happened.
Oh,
They
my
became
God.
friends for literally no reason,
Catalina
and
wine
then he
mixer, man.
fucking dies. It's like, what? They didn't even speak.
They
and he
didn't hang out
dies.
once.
They didn't. I know.
They didn't do anything together.
There's no rooftop scene.
Do you have
where they
any
just
They were
say,
confidence?
confused about where Wonder Woman came from, like the rest of us, and that's it.
Do you have any
Is she
confidence?
with you? Are you with me, asshole? I don't know who the fuck anyone is with.
This is about a journey of. This is about a journey of friendship and multiple deaths. It's the Milo and Otis of superhero movies.
Do you have
It's
any
like the
faith?
Homeward Bound of superhero movies. Got Shadow and Chance and that little bitch cat that just
you-
going around.
Yeah.
Do you have any faith that this Batman could find any of the other metahumans? Like at all?
He's not a good detective.
He's an awful
He's an awful
detective.
detective.
He- well,
Metropolis is like 8 feet away.
I
and he
mean,
doesn't
let's
know
be
Superman.
fair. We didn't see him
Fucking
detect
daily
anything.
activities.
Yeah.
He's been in the city next to Superman for 2 years
and he knows nothing.
and hasn't said a word
But
to
he's
him.
let somebody send him fucking newspaper shards that basically drive him into a murderous rage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like insane, dude. Like, he's like, his first thought should be, where did these come from? Not, you're right, I failed my family, that motherfucker's dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who are you? You're not Batman.
Oh,
You're a
see,
fucking
an idiot.
You're a fucking moron. You're completely stupid.
On the same
Yeah.
token as the burned out mansion, like they show the Robin costume. For like 8 seconds.
I hope you know it's Robin, because we're
And
not going to say a
they don't-
goddamn word
there's
about
no
it.
R on it. There's no nothing.
It's just armor.
It's just a suit.
It looks
Shit
like
on it.
it looks like the comedian suit.
Yeah.
So there's no. What the fuck is that?
It's
Why
written
did
in
they
the
put?
same font as the shit on the text, and it doesn't matter.
Why is it in the movie?
Dude, I know. I thought about that. I was like, wait, because the font on there looks like the
Did
font.
Lex kill Robin yesterday?
Or
Like,
is Lex the Joker? Is the Joker doing anything here? What the fuck are you doing?
Okay,
Madman.
Right?
Let's talk about. This is a kids movie, so let's bring it down a little
Oof.
bit.
It
Let's
is
talk
not
about
fucking-
Cyborg.
This
is not-
It's not an
Please,
adult
Please,
movie
let's
either.
talk about
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Oh yeah, him
Yeah,
screaming
Jesus
and
screaming in
Christ.
fucking pain.
God.
And you use the actor who played Miles Dyson in Terminator. Are you trying to make me go insane? No child can watch it. That's like a Jacob's Ladder dream. What are you, crazy? A fucking torso is crying. Its eyes out. You just show him constantly working on this torso
Jesus.
over and over again. If he doesn't want to live, just kill it.
God.
Just kill it.
It's so unnerving.
Kill your son.
This guy is just shooting. It looks like goddamn Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, first of all. And the guy's just like, well, my pretty much entirely dead son's behind me on the slab.
with my
holding up. He's
cyborg.
probably in agony because he's being held vertically by string. Like he's being crucified, but I don't care. You gotta be able to see him.
I got him up on a DeWalt tool shed
I
rack.
was like, what? Why is this man torturing his dead son? What the fuck is this? Why is everything so horrible in this universe?
Don't worry, I got a portal block. I'll just shove it into his
Yeah,
ass.
just have a
dude.
mother box. Let's not explain
Why-
that.
Why does this?
That's not
They
interesting.
don't explain any of that.
Yeah.
I want anyone listening to this podcast or anyone that knows us that heard us talk about this to just listen to all that and then think there's a serial for this movie.
There's a
There's
you're
a serial.
right.
Like there's funerals and
You're
death
not allowed
and
to eat it with milk.
Sure, yeah, it causes
Blood,
liver
Just
damage.
gotta eat it dry.
the only liquid you can use is chameleon blood.
You can only eat it dry and it glows
It's
in
gotta
the
be
dark
pure
because you're supposed to
reptilian
eat
blood.
it in a dark closet.
It's a razor sharp doomsday in every 10th box.
How can there be Legos for this?
Dude,
Legos.
It's like one of the.
What kid is watching this like, yeah?
Hey, I can't wait to watch Superman rip Batman's head off in this dream.
I can't wait for him to punch him in the heart.
That's right. He fucking
God.
punches him in the goddamn heart.
Fuck.
I mean,
Guys.
who was this for? Who
Who
was
is this for?
Who was
Man.
it for? I mean,
Guys who choke themselves with a belt while they jerk off.
Yeah, David Carradine is watching this in hell and just like,
yeah.
thumbs up, guys. you nailed
Finally.
This is for
Did it.
people who bought the tape in 8mm. This movie.
it. I made the fucking thing.
no, it's like for homophobic atheist fanboys. Like, you know what I mean? Like asshole fanboys that go to conventions and then yell at girls for being there.
This is for the
That's who this
this is
movie
for
is.
Gamergate people. That's
Yeah,
exactly
Gamergate
who it's
people.
for.
Yeah.
Like fucking pricks that hate everybody and everything. This is like for no one of decency. It's insane.
Poor taste.
Why is this a mass market movie? How come Lars von Trier didn't make this?
That'd be
You know what I
amazing.
mean?
There's so much
The
abject
Batman and the
cruelty in
Superman,
this
they must
movie.
fight.
is. It's everyone is so obsessed with murder and death. It's like the theme here. It's the theme. Think of a Marvel movie and think of how much people talk or think or kill. And then think of this. It's like
Right.
it's drenched in fucking murder.
Dude,
It's
I
obsessed with it.
It'd be like if Captain America killed all the people that were on that elevator with him. And
Yeah,
he just
right.
like decapitated one dude
Yeah.
and like broke a man over
Yeah,
his
yeah.
knee. Yeah, it just
Door
feels-
opens. One guy's like weakly like, ugh, he just grabs him, just goes, "Rah!" just rips his head off and kicks it out the window. Jumps out after
Would
it.
that be better? Is that what people?
Is that
no.
what we want?
It's just
I don't sure as fuck don't want it.
yeah.
Guys, Jimmy Olsen dies of a gunshot
Shut-
wound to the face, alone,
I can't
unnamed, and nobody fucking cares.
The only clue.
That's the Superman movie we just watched.
The only clue is he had a camera. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
only
it.
real clue. that
Jimmy Olsen, I know, isn't a fucking CIA agent, but whatever.
I want Zack Snyder to answer for
God,
that.
yeah, let's tweet him right now.
Yeah,
Be like,
what
hey,
the fuck is
Why
wrong
did you
with
kill
this
Jimmy
couldn't be
Olsen?
Johnny
you
Olsen
shit?
or like
Change his name! God, he's just a fucking dude! Just change his name to anything
Or
else!
just don't name him.
He's just a
The
camera.
only reason we even know that is because I was like, hey, Jimmy Olsen's in the credits.
Yeah, that's it.
Where the fuck was he? And then we looked up. It's like, that's it fucking insane. Oh man.
They shot him in the face.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
Look,
Oh,
if
man.
he just took that fucking super wheelchair and made a down payment on some robot legs, he
Yeah,
could have backdated those checks and he could have paid them off. He only had to live for 3 more days.
I
God
love.
damn it, he died in a couple
Did
pins.
Lex set that up 2 years before he used
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Holy shit.
it? How
What
long
the-
does it take to pull this off? These people are the 2 dumbest human beings alive. It could have been a week. Like, why the fuck was it 2 years? There was no reason for that time jump at all. It didn't establish a fucking thing for how the world feels about Superman. It doesn't establish how they still don't know each other, even though they live 5 fucking miles away from each other.
Dude, you're so right.
It's
It's, fucking
insane.
disgusting
It's
how right you are.
it's
The
preposterous.
2 years literally do nothing.
Preposterous.
It could have been 2 weeks. It'd be the
It
same.
could have been 20 years. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't at all.
You're saving
no
people.
Do you realize too that the Scoot McNairy, the guy in the wheelchair
Yeah.
storyline, is the storyline from a writing perspective is a storyline from a Punisher comic. It's
Yeah.
pretty much the storyline from Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe.
Oh yeah.
Which is
yeah,
a
yeah.
guy injured by superhuman activity wants everyone who hates fucking superhumans. That shouldn't be a fucking theme in a Superman and Batman movie.
You shouldn't be so effective.
Yeah.
I don't
like,
think
dude, I was on his side. Yeah, you're right. This is
this
terrible.
is a problem.
Yeah.
Do you
Fucking
think he
problem.
knew he was gonna blow up? I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
No.
So there's no way he knew. He rolled
No,
in
Lex
there.
did that without anyone else knowing.
Yeah.
That's
His assistant was in the room.
yeah.
No one knew that wheelchair was a fucking explosive.
Wow.
We gotta end this. I need to
Yeah,
go to
man.
bed.
No, it's over.
No.
No, we came full circle with Jimmy Olsen. Just look that up. That's
Look
the
it up.
proof.
That's the.
They shot our
this fucking
dreams
movie
in
right
the
there.
face.
Takes the sweetest, most lightheart elements of Superman and murders him and doesn't even give him a fucking name. That's how much this movie gives a shit about Superman.
Guys,
All
they
right,
could
everyone,
literally kill
hold on.
anybody in Civil War.
It's time for
and it
le-
wouldn't matter.
It's time for last thought.
film everybody's
Everyone
funeral.
give. I want
Yeah.
everyone to give one last thought. Huey.
Man, I can't even. The amount of like this movie made me angrier than any movie I think I've ever seen. Dude, is so like I've
I
seen
can
a
only
lot
think of one movie that made me angrier, and that was Indy 4.
Okay, then that makes
And that
sense
was
for
only-
you.
that's
But
all
that's all
personal.
personal.
That's all
this
personal.
movie has made me like just full of just this anger that I can't. I'm glad I'm getting to say it all in a public forum so somebody else can hear it. Because God damn it, does this drive me crazy? Yeah. That's it. I don't want to talk about it.
John.
You cannot spend $400 million and not have an ounce of brevity. What are you, a fucking insane asshole?
There was pee-pee in a jar.
You just made a snuff movie for $400 million.
No, it's kind of insane that Warner Brothers just let it happen, dude. You know,
I mean, like DC let it happen.
Do you hate
Dude,
Batman?
yeah, how does this get approved?
Listen,
like we want to make money, right?
We want people to like this, yes?
Yeah, you just want to film a funeral for $400 million. I mean, you can.
Children still like these kinds of movies, right?
Sorry, John, but that
Sorry,
you're right.
look, the Beetlejuice sequel is going to take place starting in hell, and it's going to end in hell. Because they don't care. Warner Brothers is like, after Batman and Robin, they were like, well, humor equals gay.
Dude, I never. Can I just? But you know what? Can I just say something here after this? I mean, like, the bad Superman movies and the bad Batman movies of the past don't even seem that bad anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
They really
Like
don't.
Superman 4 is a way more entertaining watch than this would be any day.
This is almost
I'd
uplifted
rather-
every other DC
I'd rather
film.
watch
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. That's
totally. I mean, at
absolutely.
least I know I'm going to be entertained and not just fucking... Guy, I'll say what I
This
need
is
to
your
say now.
last thought. Yeah. Are you done, John? Or you?
I'm done.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
mostly indifferent while I was watching it because I knew Zack Snyder was just going to be like, oh, people think Batman doesn't use guns to kill people? Fuck it. That's all he's going to do in this movie. I knew he's going to do dumb shit like that because he thinks it's subversive instead of just insulting. And none of that is, like, beside all that, it's a shitty movie. It is horribly written. It is horribly structured. It's nothing. I wouldn't watch this if it was, like, it had nothing to do with superhero movies. You know? Like, it's nothing. The fact that it took two characters that everybody loves, that we've grown up with, that, like, Superman fought Hitler. You know? Like, this is a fucking insult.
It's,
And
it's
he's
75 years of
75
fucking
years this
legacy.
year, and this is the shit that they wanted to put out. This is the new spin. This makes me sad about living in America. You know, like, this is a sad fucking state of affairs when a piece of shit like this can get made.
It's worth saying that, like, I think we'd all hate this if this was what Civil War was. It's not about what franchise made this.
Right.
This is just a terrible movie. It doesn't matter which
It is.
superheroes are
The
featured.
cherry on top is the fact that it's taking a shit on
Oh, yeah, like
something that,
that
should be important.
That history is...
Like the fact that Warner Brothers, I guess my final thought would be the fact that Warner Brothers would just let it happen.
There's no... It's like
it's
this is
not
like the
really
opposite.
Zack Snyder's fault. Like, Zack Snyder's an asshole,
Right.
but he's who he is. I don't think he's actually doing anything that... Like, if I gave him $400 million and I said, make this movie, it's probably what he would fucking give me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's your fault, Warner Brothers, for letting it happen. You should be protecting your fucking property, and you're not only letting this man make this movie, you're letting him make the entire DC
Franchise.
universe.
There's like 9
And you're
movies.
rushing it. You're not even letting him take his time. At least a 5-hour Zack Snyder Batman movie might have made sense. Just a Batman, but now you're trying to shoehorn in other shit. So the shit that already sucks more.
There's
Come on.
no reason for Wonder Woman to be in this movie.
Absolutely
No,
not. She
completely superfluous.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wonder if you know what it is. Because we're not going to fucking say what it is.
No.
I hope you know exactly what everybody can do and all their powers and who all these people are because we're not even going to name fucking one of them.
If it
except
wasn't,
for
let me
the
ask you this.
Superman.
Let me
This
ask you
has
this.
no mass
Like he's a
appeal.
god-
If it wasn't,
None.
if it wasn't for the
Randy
marketing,
Nightmare.
if it wasn't for the marketing, the fact that we know Wonder Woman exists, she would just be a person in the movie that
Yeah.
we would never know who she is, what she's doing, or why.
Yeah.
If she showed up, with the marketing ruined literally everything about this movie.
Yeah,
on
it
top of it
ruined
being
it.
shit, we knew every fucking shot that was a big deal.
It's
saw
all
the
they
only
had
good scene,
to.
too.
They
In its
had
entirety.
to. There's nothing else left of the movie except that sizzle reel shit. And that's the shit that's going to make the fanboys come. And they're going to come in droves. And they're going to watch this movie. And they're just going to only remember that part.
Well, that's not true because we get 5 dream sequences and Thomas and Martha Wayne being murdered like 100 fucking times.
Oh my
like,
God.
We haven't seen that every other day for the last 25 years in every imaginable form of media.
You know, it's funny when we went into the theater. Somebody
Including
said
the movie 7 fucking times.
Somebody said like don't like something about a trailer and like a trailer that doesn't have spoilers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what we watched. This is all just one giant trailer full of no
That's
spoilers.
what I said, man.
Yeah, it's
The second
Yeah.
trailer was the superior version of this film.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
fucking
you're
is.
right. Yeah.
It's all of the best stuff, and none of the dreams, none of the Martha Thomas Wayne murders, none of everybody just pontificating about fucking bullshit.
Kent,
There's
talking about
no-
dead horses.
there's no-
Yeah, no dead horses.
I watched.
being
I
drowned.
watched. I watched
People
Batman
being
this
shot in
morning.
the face by Super
Yeah.
Batman.
I watched Batman this morning, '89,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And I got like, I didn't watch it in like, cause I gotta fucking purge this from mine. I just watched it because it was on Netflix.
Sure.
But like that movie is great. I don't care what anyone says because it's a fucking character piece. It's not an action movie, really. The action's in it. It's not really good action, but it's a character. No, it's not. But that
That's a
doesn't.
suit. He couldn't even move his fucking head.
Right,
What
but
are
it
you
doesn't
gonna do?
matter because like the character work in that movie is what makes it a great.
Yeah.
That's a great structured fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's a good movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
totally.
It's a great movie. It
Like,
doesn't
start
matter.
there, you know, like
Like-
make a good movie. at least.
No, I mean like it's you.
Like,
you
it
should
could be a disappointing Batman movie. but it
comics
could-
should be character pieces. The
Right.
fucking action, who gives a shit? I mean, yeah, it should be cool, but it's like in the end, it doesn't matter.
Was the action that? I mean,
The
one
action
Batman
was-
scene aside, like, was Wonder Woman having a bolt of lightning on her shield 3 times and then running at him 3 times? Is that exciting? That scene, like that fight, kind of sucked.
Yeah.
You know, it's clearly just on a fucking green screen.
Also, yeah.
It's all just blur. Like, what the fuck are we looking at? This is the climax of Batman versus Superman.
Also, we don't know
Come
her.
on.
We don't know her power set, so like.
She could have been fucking.
We don't know if she's struggling.
Shooting
How should I
beams out of her
feel?
face. It doesn't
Is
matter.
this
Like-
hard for Wonder Woman? Is Wonder Woman more powerful
Dude,
than
like
Superman?
they don't mention the
I
fact
don't know.
she blocks it with the fucking power band things. That's not even you have to just know that that's how she did that.
Right.
She
But I'm saying, is that
And they, like,
impressive?
shot
I
it
don't
back or
know.
whatever. Like, can
What
she
the
do
fuck?
that?
I don't
Like,
know.
What the fuck is going on?
Just so you know,
Alright.
on Rotten Tomatoes at this moment, it's 30%.
That's
That's when
extremely
it went,
generous.
It went down 3% today.
Yeah.
It was 33 earlier.
Yeah, I
so.
know. I keep looking at it to see where it's at.
All right. Well, yeah. This is probably the second most angering Hollywood movie
Yeah.
of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll say that.
Totally.
So,
What does this represent for future movies
in DC or just in general?
in general?
I hope it doesn't
this
hurt
kind
the
of
superhero
blockbuster
franchise.
film.
It's gonna succeed financially because Batman and Superman are in the title.
Yeah.
They could have made anything.
This
That's the
movie
sad part.
makes
Well-
Transformers: Age of Extinction look like fucking Ben-Hur.
It
At
does.
least they followed through.
Well,
on
the
the
old
death
Ben-Hur.
threats.
Exactly.
Dude, it's like I don't. Well, I think I heard somebody say that it has to make $1 billion for it to be
No, yeah,
profitable.
Yeah, it's like $800 million.
Worldwide,
making
worldwide, it
and
has to
marketing.
make.
So
But I
I'm-
don't think it can
That's
actually
fucking-
do that.
I don't
That's
think it can either.
crazy.
I think it'll.
That's a
I-
ton of fucking money.
Yeah.
That's double Spider-Man 3.
That's assuming you're making
That was like
Avatar
a big
right
fucking
out of the
deal
gate.
at the time. That and,
Jesus Christ.
there's a
Bruce
reason.
Almighty too.
There's a reason.
Bruce
Like
Almighty.
there's a reason Force Awakens and Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. Well, Guardians making that much money is insane because it's not a property that anyone knows. But
Same
there's a
thing with
reason
Deadpool.
because Guardians, when people go to see it, they fucking enjoy it and they're gonna go back. I can't see people coming back to this movie that
No,
much.
what's enjoyable about it? I mean, even if you like the action, it's fucking exhausting.
I could
it's
only
endless.
see,
Like,
only if you took pleasure in the subversive nature of making a pile of shit that would anger everybody.
Yeah.
Which I do sometimes, but because you guys know me, I do
Sure.
often.
Yeah.
But this
Sure.
time I can't do it because it's Superman.
I
That's like the
wouldn't-
one time I can't.
I wouldn't
You
buy
know?
this fucking Blu-ray at 4 a.m. if I had just broken up with my girlfriend. Like,
Yeah, you're like, I wanna
that's
punish
sad,
myself.
you know, where
It's
I
sad,
want to
man.
fucking
Next time
just
I have a bottle of Evan Williams
Exactly.
and Lauren's gone for the weekend, I'm like, I'm gonna watch Batman vs Superman. I'm gonna fucking
Like-
sleep on the couch.
I don't give a shit.
fuck.
Won't be
You ever been
showering
so
this weekend.
angry as a man, you're like, I kind of really like and kind of identify with Boondock Saints.
Oh Jesus
too.
Christ!
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah,
It's a heavy metal of a movie.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
everyone listening to Wasp. But it's not. You know what? That's kind of an insult to Wasp, honestly. Okay,
More like-
I think that's it. We've been talking
We
for way
ran
too
over,
long.
yeah.
Thank you guys for talking about this, and I'm sorry we all had. I'm glad we experienced it together. but-
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, me too.
yeah.
Till
It's
next
like
time.
we went to
Until next
Vietnam.
time. Thank
Till
you
the
for listening.
Inevitable next time.
Hopefully, it'll be a movie that isn't so
You know,
fucking angry.
I hope it's for Civil War. So you can
Yeah.
you can give me that $20.
It's like a couple months.
Oh bullshit!
If our listeners didn't know, Huey and John,
We have a bet.
I bet that at the end of Civil War, Tony Stark will be dead.
And I bet he will
That
not
you won't
be
be.
dead.
So I have a much narrower. He could just be maimed and in a coma, and I still lose. But I think he's going to be dead.
they're not going to kill.
They're gonna
Tony
kill him.
Stark.
He's
No,
done.
they're not.
They're
it's
gonna kill
now
him.
His
recorded.
contract is
You
It's
heard it
recorded.
here. We'll find out when it happens.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. It's over. Bye.
Bye.
Forever.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Don't
Till
forget-
next week.
Until
or
another
month.
movie filled with funerals. See you later.